Coming to you live from the UCOMM Media Studios, it's UCOMM Live with Chris LaGrange. News, talk, sports, and workforce politics. The loudest, strongest, and fastest growing podcast on, in, and around the internet. Now here's your host, Chris LaGrange.
Excuse my French. I'm sorry, ladies. I know you don't like the cursing. Chris LaGrange. Dump it. Go ahead. So campus nonsense, go. Yep. Don't anger me anymore with
Chris
the reading.
LaGrange, you're a motherfucker.
Thank you, Darren.
I love that.
Darren, the number's right there. 631-969.
Play that again.
Darren was in jail, right?
Yes.
Darren's one of our stalkers, but he's a nice guy, I think. Or I don't know.
Darren was in jail for yelling at a judge.
At a judge.
Over who was denying a workers' comp claim.
And that's what
You get honest with labor, prick.
What's wrong with it? Did it fry?
Must have hit the update button.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no, never update.
Don't ever update your machinery.
Don't.
Just go out and have a beer. He's like, no.
Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Really
We got, Darren's on the line. He gave us a ring.
Okay. All right. Darren.
Hey,
Darren.
how you doing?
You were in jail.
Yes.
What happened?
Well, it was over a year and a half ago or so when I had like a psychotic breakdown over workers' comp, and I left several messages to the work comp judge that were rather violent, basically.
So what'd you say? You're like
psychotic.
You're gonna kick his ass or something?
Pretty much, yeah.
You can't do that though. You know, you can get in big trouble. Like end up in jail.
Well, I know, but I had a psychotic mental breakdown, and the judge agreed with it. He agreed with me. They picked me up like a year and a half later after the phone calls, and because I was yelling at the labor boss, Larry Brown, here in our state. But I only served like 30 days, and I bailed out. And then when I went to court, the public defender and the judge, all of them knew each other because it was over in Olympia, the capital, where they took me to.
Okay.
And the judge, the work comp judge, said to show him some leniency because he'd been through work comp hell, and he knew that.
Ah, so you got a little bit of sympathy from the man.
And then get this, my public defender said the work comp judge was even fond of Darren. My jaw almost dropped to the floor.
Now, listen, what was jail like? Because I've been to jail, but not like for 30 days. Was it like minimum security, paper blanket, bologna sandwich, everyone's nice? Did you get in any fights? What happened?
Oh, lots of people got in fights, but I don't get any. I lay low.
Did you get a tattoo?
No, I see other people get tattoos.
Why didn't you get a tattoo, like a memento?
But no, jail still sucks, and no, you don't want to go there. And don't yell at the work comp judge. It's not a good thing to do. But they were backing me in the corner. It's been like 7 years since.
Darren's a reformed man. Darren, were you listening to the clip we played of Senator Brown talking about the safety net for fired manufacturing workers? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I just barely heard that, and I'm glad you pointed that out because I want to learn more about it. Now, I haven't even heard about that one. It sounds like a good idea. It's a little bit of federal oversight. I still want to see he was one of the signers of the letter that Senator Sanders and Patty Murray and Tom Perez all basically signed off on that said we need some minimum federal standards like we have a minimum federal wage, basically. And what I like to say, we regulate spark plugs on a national level so that there's some continuity. But yet with injured workers, there's no continuity, and that's left up to each state. And I think we need some minimum federal standards like we have a minimum federal wage.
Right on, brother.
And Senator Brown was one of the ones that signed the letter that told me, that's my little love letter from Senator Sanders that I hold next to my heart, hoping that somebody will put that on the table someday and fight for us. Yeah,
listen, Darren, you keep up the good work. Thanks for calling in. And listen, be careful out there. Don't be screaming any more judges, all right?
Oh, no, I'm not. And one more thing, Governor Jay Inslee said he's going to look into some of my complaints now. So
good.
I'm a little happy about that.
Keep us in the loop because we will follow this story to the end. Pulitzer Prize-winning UCOMM blog, okay?
And I want to thank you guys for that, too, because you are getting our voices heard, and thank you so much for that. The Injured Workers of America appreciate it. You know, no matter if you agree with federal oversight or not, just getting our voices heard is one big step for us injured workers.
That's what it's about, brother. Thank you for calling in, Darren. Okay, have a good one, buddy.
To the strikers out there, I want to send some power their way, too.
All right.
And some good vibes.
Good,
right, thanks,
good.
sir.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
buddy. All right, right.
Take it easy.
I don't know if I can handle 30 days in minimum security.